including dirty underwear. Should I wash everything?
Yes.
What do you think about these?
Oh my God. I don't love you that much to throw your nasty piece on me. Hey guys, welcome back to Here With Our Resource. You know what you're here for, okay? Episode 7 till 9, Love is Blind. What time is it right now?
It's 5 in the morning.
It is 5 in the morning. Probably you guys are going to receive this in the afternoon.
Listen, we don't get early screenings of the
don't.
videos. I mean, what do you call it? The episodes.
Yeah, we're not the lucky ones.
We get up early in the morning, we look at it,
It's
we
a
review
marathon.
it, and then we publish it. Come on now.
Okay, so let's start with episode 7, Silence Speak Volumes. We have Jimmy and Chelsea coming together, reconciling their differences.
Ironing it out.
And I'm super happy for them, okay? Because they finally could get, actually it was him who went to her and apologized for once. Other than that, they finally have their base and they could finally build on top of it.
Correct.
So I'm happy for them, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me get into this one, okay? We got development in Brittany and Kenneth's story. They were sitting down and he told Brittany, now I know you saw me and AD talking to each other.
Yeah.
She brought up the race thing, not me. But I want to talk about it.
All right.
But she brought it up.
Okay.
Listen, it's a very important subject. I wish they kind of brought it up organically with each other and not have AD be the catalyst. You understand what I'm saying?
They had to bring a sister in order to stir up some things, even
Well,
though that was it wasn't her intention.
If you think about it, she said she appreciated the question.
Yeah.
But she kind of took it two ways. She said, number one, if it's coming from the root of I can't handle my situation, well then, okay, I'm the one who jumped into this relationship. I'm pretty sure I know how to handle it. That was her first assumption.
Okay.
And there's a second assumption. She basically said that if it's coming from, her being a black woman, want to kind of look over her black brother and to ensure that he has a right mindset dating this white woman and how it's going to perceive in society. And if it's all of that entails with interracial relationship and black excellence, I don't know how black excellence got involved. She said, I can see it too.
I like that one part where he's like, my people love me hard. Okay,
Right.
They're gonna make sure I'm good. Right?
They're gonna make sure
I'm like, what was the point of that whole statement? Like, what? At one point, even Brittany, she looked at herself like, yeah, I'm white. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, did you see that part?
yeah,
So white.
I'm white.
It got
Okay.
intense for 1 second. She forgot what race color she was.
Yeah.
Like,
So, you know what? The reality is, Brittany, where she's coming from, is like, I have dated black men before, okay? So I'm familiar. I got rid of that whole awkward stage, right? Where she's like, I'm not afraid, or I'm very comfortable being with a black guy, okay?
Yeah.
Or Kenneth here, I think he's really absorbing the severity of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then she said, well, what would make you confident in us being good? Okay.
And she has a point.
That was a good question.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't know, just kind of like how you will be with me in the real world. So I don't get it. What does that mean? He's looking for her to reassure him that this relationship is going to flourish.
I think she has been doing that. And the way she speaks to him, to be honest, I really like it.
You know I had a problem how she speaks at the beginning.
Yes, it's very, not animated, but it's very like,
Structural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think for this conversation, it was really good.
Too.
And you know what? Any woman would be pissed off if another woman said, oh, what do you think about A, B, and C in your relationship? You know, she has a valid point to bring that up.
Oh my God, yeah.
So at this point of the episode, everybody is enjoying their little moments with each other. Some of them are boating, dirt biking, I think. Like, wonderful moment. We had Clay and AD. They're driving. She's driving the car and everything. He's like, oh my God, it's a red light. And he started kissing her. And from now on, I want to kiss you when there's a red light.
Red light.
Kisses off. Period, right?
But other than that, she took it as cute. This is cute. But
AD, I'm learning more about her facial expressions. She's saying a lot through facial expressions. Like I said, what is it? Silence speaks volume. I'm reading you, friend. And I can see that there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that they're not filming, but I can see it through AD's face, okay?
Yeah.
So let's just tread lightly.
She's telling us a lot. Okay, so let's continue with Jeremy and Laura.
Whoa. That just happened.
I was waiting for these couples. Oh my God.
Laura, first of all, is very calm.
I like her energy.
When she is going through an argument, and I think that's a very mature trait of her. Jeremy goes from 0 to 3,000 at this point. And he sat down with her, and they were sitting next to the beach area, and he was apologizing for how he behaved. And he said, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm going to get things wrong sometimes. And she just said, I understand. But she said, from my previous past, there's been guys that behaved in your manner. And it was very embarrassing, and I didn't like it. And he said, listen, I'm not perfect.
She said it was traumatic.
Yeah, and guys, I need you to see this clip because we both got confused as to what the is going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's apologizing, but his delivery was
seems like I'm getting scolded at. Like,
I went to bed angry. I slept on the couch last night. I refused to come back in the room because I was trying to mind my own business. My judgment was like, cool, you made your bed this badly, you might as well lay in it now. Am I gonna be perfect? No. I'm gonna but if I need to handle it a hell of a lot better than I handled it last night because you didn't deserve the silent treatment that you got last night. And I know that's not the way to handle
Okay. You're unique. I have never in my life seen a delivery like that. And so there's a first for everything. And the part was interesting as well when he said that, where do we stack up with other couples?
like, what is your point? Like, oh, I don't get it. Like, are you here for just the lights and the cameras and everything, just to show that you're like the best couple?
Jimmy said something like that too, saying,
I think we're the top couples in here.
Jeremy saying that, where do we stack up with other couples? Guys, I'm collecting every couple who's saying that like Infinity Stones. What's going on? What the competition is going on here? We ain't competing. We're trying to find our forever. And so now we got our perfect couple. I think my perfect couple over here, which is Amy and Johnny. Why? Because they're unproblematic.
Okay.
None of them have wandering eyes.
Good.
Okay, ain't nobody
Good.
complimenting other people's So there you go. They're not your favorite couple?
You know what? They're not. You know what I
Why?
mean? They're super bland. It's super like not. You know,
Sometimes bland is
they're not
good.
even interesting to me. But I'm sorry. But I have to be real here, okay? Their characters, I think their personality is just meh.
Well, guess what? I think the production team got into their ears because this is what Amy said. She said, everything is perfect and great, and I think that's what makes me nervous.
Ooh. So what are you saying,
What
sweetheart?
are you summoning, friend? Are you summoning? What are you? And then after he was like, yeah, you know what? We haven't fought yet.
You're correct.
So I don't know how you fight. And so basically both of them are manifesting their first fight. And so guys, do you want to manifest it for them too?
You know what? Let's manifest this for them.
Can they have their first fight? So we can see how can they both handle it.
So we have Kenneth and Brittany living their best life in a boat, and
Best
for what,
life?
I thought so.
So we
I
thought so.
You had the water, you had the sun, you had the air, the birds, and tell me why it was mad silent.
Crickets. Guys, it was
Listen,
so bad.
Brittany
it
was,
so bad.
trying so hard. She even looked at him. She's like, "Come on, give me something."
Yeah.
And he wasn't giving. I think he just wanted to sit there like a lump on a log. What's that phrase? Whatever.
Yeah, he just wanted to sit there and he was giving nothing, which makes me think that there is a lot of scenes that were cut off by production because how did we go from Kenneth being super into her, okay, and wanted to get close to her and praising God that he found the one, okay, and being so enamored by her beauty and everything. And she was trying to even draw up lines like, I ain't ready, you know, but she's still.
But you know what? That's a chase.
There's a little bit of chase there. And then
chase,
now
sweetheart.
completely they're just silent on the boat. He's giving nothing and they were saved by dolphins.
Thank
Okay?
God for the
Dolphins arose,
woke up
literally,
his spirit.
and woke up his spirit.
I think he was a dolphin in a previous life.
And they saw dolphins and they were super excited. And he said, you know what? I've swum with dolphins before. And she goes, I've never swum with dolphins before. And he said, I met a dolphin named Ken. This actually sparked the conversation.
I fell in love with dolphins because of that. You got me talking though. Literally. I loved it so much.
Can I have dolphins on aisle 2, please? All the time.
After that, he opened up by saying, you know, physical is a way to affirm things.
But also she said, I didn't even know you were really into me.
Because you're not affectionate.
You're not affectionate.
Well, guys, pay attention.
She said it.
He said, physical is a way to affirm things. And she said, I didn't think you're into me because you're not affectionate. Two different things.
But also, what was his response?
What was his response? He said, wow, that's crazy. You didn't think so?
And everybody knows, when you say, wow, that's crazy, you really don't give a
every time,
like
especially
that
on the phone.
conversation, you're like, yeah, it's like,
Or you're not
wow, that's crazy.
Wow, that's
and he
crazy.
literally that's what he was. He did not really care what she was saying.
Because he said physical is a way to affirm things. And she said affection. There are two different ways of expressing things to one another. They're not on the same wavelength. They're not.
Their love language is very different.
Very different. Okay. And they're not listening to each other.
They're not.
He's
Obviously.
off. I think maybe because I think she told the girlfriends that we haven't had the devil's dance yet.
Yeah.
And so probably for him, it translated to she's not into me at all. And therefore, I'm outie.
Okay.
Got the car. I'm out.
Interesting.
And she, like a woman, because we like to butter into things. Okay. We don't like to just.
We
Some
like
women.
the,
Some women do.
Yeah.
But That's her love language. You know, butter me up. And maybe he doesn't have the patience to butter her up. And so he just kind of,
He disconnected.
yeah, it's a no-go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is. That's crazy, right?
That's crazy if you think about it.
So we have AD and Clay, and let's be honest, they're having a wonderful dinner per se.
They're having probably
But
a lunch.
let's be honest, you got the ick, I got the ick.
I didn't get no ick.
Okay, that you got the ick and I got the ick, where he grabbed that whole soup bowl and swallowing the soup down his throat. I'm
It
like,
was good.
No, use
Delicious.
your table manners. Where is it? No. Use your spoon, sweetheart. Use your spoon. No, let's move on from that. Okay, I like the fact that he grabbed the plates and everything and he put it aside and everything. I really enjoyed that.
And the whole time her facial expression, she was just like, oh my God, But he said something, honey, that gathered completely her face.
He said, I don't want to let you down.
And she was like, what do you mean?
Yeah. What are you saying?
And
are you saying?
and guys, he said this. Let's talk about it.
I want this to work. It's just that it is on the back of my mind of the marriage thing, and it's just something that I struggle with my parents, my family, and just like how divorce, how it really just tears up the household.
Wow, that's a lot. And at this point, you guys, if you don't see it, I just took it as one way. He is not ready for this. He's not gonna marry her. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people ask for guys and women to be very communicative about what they're feeling, what they're expressing. Maybe they can iron it out. So he's sharing with her, I come from a family of divorcee, and it has ruined a family.
This
and
is
I'm afraid
2024.
if that's,
Everybody's divorced.
and I'm trying to, hold on now. Let me get to the top. And I'm trying to share with you right now that this is something I'm battling with. And so maybe she can help him resolve that by maybe saying to him, but baby, I love you.
Yeah.
And I'm not like your family. I'm different. I come from a family of non-divorcee. Maybe shed a better light so that I can kind of make him feel confident about this union. I think that is what I gathered from that interaction. You gathered something else.
Listen,
all
the
you heard was,
reality,
he ain't into
there's
her, bye.
So many times you can console a person until the words that coming out of his mouth is clear as day. He definitely needs therapy.
I think he should have exactly ironed it out, then hop on the show.
Okay, so at this part in the episode, we have all the couples together. I think it's their last final meetup
Before they go to North Carolina.
Yay! But we have the AD apology tour. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yes, she was kind of receiving apologies, and her first person was Jimmy, and he said, I apologize. I apologize. But then she said, hey, listen, don't worry about it. I'm glad my derriere brought your relationship
That's a
with
nice way
Chelsea
of saying
closer.
it.
Yeah. Closer.
Yeah.
And he's kind of chuckling up. There were so many scenes in the previous, I should have used those clips, where he was, every time that he thought the camera was not on him, he was looking at her.
He was staring at her. Creepy. We also have Jeremy, and he also apologized to her.
Yeah.
And
About the bean dip, but he didn't mention something that AD needed to hear, that her man Clay is an introspective kind of guy, okay? He gets in his mind a lot, and that the boys, when they're in the quarter, they notice that about him.
Yeah.
So she goes, oh, okay, so it's not you,
It's not
it's
you.
him. Don't worry about it. And so I think that helped
he has
a lot.
dark thoughts, sweetheart. So we have Amy and Johnny, right? So they had a really like nonchalant conversation in the beginning where they're like, you know, he said, "Oh, say what? What?
Chicken butt.
Oh, okay." So so special.
You got
That's
no
my
chill, I
man.
swear to-
That's my man.
You got no chill.
Yay.
On the serious note, she just tell them that I'm having some challenges with my family because I overly share with my family, and they like to meddle into my relationships because they believe I got into so many naive situations in the past. I'm easily influenced, and so they're very protected for me.
It's an interesting conversation,
Yeah.
and you know it makes sense with all types of
Families,
family who
in
are
cultures.
in cultures. Yeah, she's in an interracial relationship with this guy. You know
Yeah,
what I
when
mean?
you
Because
think
she's
about it.
Latino and he's
White.
gringo. So yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
But still, is it like this couple? Are they like?
Production team, stop trying to whisper in their ears.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay, maybe
Pretty
it is a
bland.
problem, but she does say to them, if I don't get my daddy's blessing, I can't go with this marriage.
So we're almost at the end of episode 7, where we have all the couples leaving Paradise, going to Charlotte, North Carolina,
Yep.
and moving into their new homes, new life.
Trying to start normality.
Exactly.
Yes.
We have Kenneth and Brittany.
Oh my God.
I'm embarrassed, okay? We see that Kenneth is glued to his phone. He's obsessed with it. He's like, I want to get connected with my friends, my
He said,
family,
I
my
got a lot of
coworkers."
things to do. Yeah. And then after you looked up one time and he was like,
I'm feeling like tonight could be like a a chicken night.
Do you want me to cook tonight, or we want to get food tonight?
It's the first night in the crib. You gotta cook. You gotta.
Oh, so you're gonna make me cook?
Yeah.
Come on now, it's our first night. Cook chicken.
So basically,
you gotta cook.
So basically, go in the kitchen. What did she say? She said, "Oh, well, are you not gonna make it easier for me for my
Yeah.
first day?"
Yeah.
Hello, Kenneth. Where's that sensitive, giving, caring side about you? That all vanished, isn't it?
And he's probably saying, what happened to that woman in the pods when she goes like, I'm traditional. If the kids come to me, I'm gonna say, go talk to your daddy. What he wants to see that too.
No, it's her first night. They should have went out and ate something, okay? At one point, he said, I'm going downstairs to check on something. And after he went downstairs and he was on his phone. So at this point, she's really feeling disconnected, especially for her first night.
Okay, so now here is my assumption. I feel like this is a result of probably early on, she was distant. This guy said physical. He said like physical. She was distant with him. And so this is a way for him to kind of, it's a little payback maybe. Now I'm distant from you. Now I'm not paying attention to you. I'm gonna get you to chase me now. I'm gonna get you to want me now, because earlier you weren't doing that at all, and I was too. What he said that he thought he was smothering her at some point. He said that, right?
Okay.
And so now he's kind of.
From my perspective,
Yes,
hello,
ma'am.
okay, I think he was acting the whole time. I think he was an act. I think this is his true colors that is showing, and is making her feel uncomfortable. And now she can't even really connect with this guy. She just sees this guy, a lump on a log. She's like feeling, this is not my guy. So we have the last couple, but not least, AD and Clay. So in the beginning, they were all sweetie, kissy, huggy, and everything. But Clay revealed a lot about his life and his family, especially his father. Now, he revealed his father was a serial cheater, where I think most of
He didn't even say it, but that's what at this point it is.
Well, he said his parents were married for 25 years, but throughout the whole time, he was cheating. Not only that, he brang him with these little, adventures.
He took him around while he was cheating.
Yeah,
He took Clay around.
It seems like he pictured his father in a certain light, where he was a suave
guy, best friend with his mom, yet cheated somehow, stayed 25 years of marriage, and then when the divorce happened, he still was able to have a lot of women around him.
He was never alone.
He was never alone.
Is this foreshadowing of what her life is going to be with Clay?
And you remember how AD at the beginning, she took on Matthew as a project?
Girl,
AD, that wasn't the project God had for you. This is the project.
Oh, but now I feel like Clay needs to understand that was your father's life. That's not you. There's many people who will see a horrible situation and learn from it and never do it again, or never do it.
Yeah.
Not even touch it, right?
Yeah.
And there's some people who says, okay, well, that's what my family did. I'll just do the same thing. So who are you going to be in the scenario?
I feel like Clay knows the right thing to do, but I feel like he's preparing AD.
That I'm going to screw up,
That
and you're going to live a miserable life.
If I screw up, you know where it's coming from, and don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, because
Don't
you
say
know
I
my
didn't warn
past, you
you.
know my life.
It's like a
even though it's not
scapegoat.
your story, it's your father's story.
Exactly.
And you know what? There's one thing I always question: why she never asked Clay if he ever cheated, or the relationships he had, like what kind of relationship you had, in depth. I mean. So you guys, that's a review, okay, for episode 7 till 9 and part 1. You guys, we're going to do part 2 soon. Please subscribe and like this video, and bye now.